About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for.
Good morning everybody. So we are up bright and early this morning. We've just dropped Steve at school and we've decided to come to Lidl to see if we can get some food, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we've got a list from Nanny and Grandad as well to get them some bits. But there is a queue, isn't there?
Yeah.
A big queue.
I'm just laughing because you said to drop Daddy off at school.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've dropped Daddy off at work. I was thinking of dropping you at school. Oscar's school, oh well, all the schools are closed as of tomorrow.
In Year 5 there was only about like 30 people all together.
Yeah, so we're not sending Oscar today and the other two aren't going either because half their teachers aren't there. But we're going to go and grab a trolley and queue up and just see what we can get really, and then I will show you and then hopefully we'll get something.
Yeah.
This one wants crisps out of everything.
Feeling so small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car.
So we're back home now and we did manage to get a reasonable amount of things. There were no toilet rolls, there were no eggs, there was no flour. What else wasn't there? There was no nappies, no formula, no baby wipes, no nappy sacks, nothing like that. There's obviously no paracetamol or ibuprofen. What else wasn't there? But other than that, there was no pasta either. I think there was when we arrived. So I feel like every video at the moment is probably going to start with some kind of disclaimer. I'm assuming if you've clicked on a what I got in Lidl video, then you actually want to see what I managed to get in Lidl. So I did upload a video and I will leave it linked down below if you haven't already seen it. And that was basically my thoughts and my uncertainty on whether to upload food videos and shopping videos. And the consensus was an overwhelming yes. So everybody said, please keep uploading. We want to see what's available in different areas. We still want to see people cooking. We want to know what ideas people have got. So I am still going to upload these videos, and like I said, I'm assuming that if you've clicked on this, then you want to see what I've got. If you don't want to see what I got this week, or if it's triggering, or if it's depressing because you haven't been able to get food, then please just switch off and go and watch something else that makes you happy. Because there's no point continuing watching and then leave me a comment just to say that you're not impressed that I've been shopping, basically. So with that being said, if you want to see what I've got, this is it. I didn't have a meal plan, I didn't have a shopping list because there was no point. I didn't know what I was going to be able to get. Our Lidl were limiting people to 4 items of anything each. So I didn't get 4 of anything. I got 2 of some things. Quite a few things I think I got 2 of, just because we are a family of 5 and it's like feeding 5 adults. So I'm going to make this stretch and then I'm going to sit down after I film this segment and I will work out what I'm going to try and do with this food mixed with what I've already got in. So I got a Gammon Joint. If I slow cook this, one tip for anybody actually, if you slow cook your meat, if you've got one, or really slow roast it, if you haven't got a slow cooker, you can put it on a very low temperature in the oven as well, and then you're able to shred it and the meat goes a lot further than if you slice it. The same with things like chicken breast or like pork joints. When you slice meat, obviously it doesn't go as far, so if you can slow cook it, then you can shred meat and it will last a lot longer. So with this we can add it to like pasta and sauce, if anyone's got any pasta. We can have it on jacket potatoes, in sandwiches and wraps. We can make omelettes with it, quiches. We can have it with rice, like a stir fry kind of, you know, fried rice. A little bit of oil, some gammon, any veg you happen to have, and some rice. So that can go really, really far. And if I don't slice it, it will go a lot further. That was £4.50. I got a large chicken. Oscar's like, oh, we're having a roast. Again, I think I will either slow cook it or just roast it, and then I will use the meat in different dishes. I'm not just going to give, like, portion it out and have whole portions each like we sometimes would. And then I will use the carcass to make a stock, and I will use any of the smaller, like, leg meat and stuff, and off of the wings, I couldn't remember what they were called, off of the wings, and I'm going to make a big pot of stew which I can portion up, and it's really filling, and I'm just going to throw in lots of store cupboard things that I've got and what I might have, like, left over in the fridge vegetable wise. I got 2 packs of chicken breast fillets. Can you believe Lidl have still got stuff on offer? Like, I would have thought, I don't agree with them putting their prices up, but I'm surprised that they didn't take off all their, like, 30% off or special offer while stocks last. I mean, what a stupid thing. Special offer while stocks last. There is no stock. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, these are actually special offers. They were £2.69, so I got 2 of those. Again, we won't eat them whole because it's a waste. It's better to put them in a curry, or, yeah, make a stew with them, or, you know, like I said, I'll make a meal plan. Chicken thigh fillets, these are £3.50 for 800 grams, and these are always really good to put in salads and to make tray bakes with. Again, throw lots and lots of veg in, put them in the oven, a little bit of smoked paprika, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and you can really stretch those. I got a pork mince. I usually try and buy the leaner mince, but this actually worked out better value. It's 1 kilo, so I would normally split that. Oh no, it's 800 grams, sorry. I would normally split a kilo into 2, but I will definitely try and stretch this further. If I can find some red lentils in my cupboard, then I will add that to any meat dishes I make, because that really stretches your food. It really helps you stretch meat dishes to add in lentils or beans or pulses, even baked beans if you've got them. Silly thing to say, I suppose, because nobody, come to think of it, no, they didn't have any baked beans either. That was what was missing. There was a whole shelf like empty, and I couldn't work out what was there. Beans. Got some cheese and ham chicken Kievs, just one of those throw in the oven meals when you just haven't got time to prep anything. 2 lots of oven chips. I had a lot of fruit and veg actually. They had their normal amount of fruit and veg. So I got 2 lots of baby plum tomatoes. I got a pack of organic bananas. They had bunches, but I heard that someone said if you try and buy more than 4 in a bunch, they'll snap them off and send them back, and I couldn't really be doing with it. So I think I've only got 4. No, what have I got? I managed to get 6 because I got them in a bag, basically. Stupid thing is, you can buy 4 bags, but you can't buy more than 4 individual bananas. It seems ridiculous, but anyway. Someone needs to rethink the banana rule, guys. I got some grapes, an iceberg lettuce, cucumber, so we can have salads, sandwiches, wraps, that kind of thing, and also bulk out meals if we're going to have something. Use less meat and more salad because it works out cheaper. I got some red potatoes. I actually picked up the Albert Bartlett Rooster ones and then saw these, and you get 2.5 kilos for less than 2 kilos of the other ones, so it's all about just weighing it up, isn't it? So I can make lots of mash and potato dishes. Mashed potato does freeze if anyone makes too much mash, or if you want to make a load so your potatoes don't go off, then you can freeze mash. Some carrots, they will be good for snacking on, trying to keep these kids fed. Cut them up into battens, or they'll go really well in stews and soups and things. I got 2 loaves of bread. Like I said, I could have got 4, but there's just no need really. 2 is fine. It will last us, you know, see the week out. So I got some light mayonnaise. They didn't have their jars, they just had their squeezy ones, but I've completely run out. I got a bottle of gin. It is quite funny. Some of the people in there, most people were very quiet, but the one lady who was looking at the gin, she was laughing that most of her trolley was filled with alcohol because she just didn't know when she was going to be getting any more. So we had a little bit of a chat, which was quite nice to have a laugh. But I've just picked this up. This was like a last minute, oh look, pink gin. And then off I go. And I got some wine as well, and it's nice. I think you deserve a glass of wine in times like this. If you want one, have one. I got some chicken ham, or chicken slices. I got 2 packs of that because that's good till the 29th of March. You can also freeze it as well if you need to, but again, with the kids home, they're going to need sandwiches and food all day long. So I got those. 2 tomato puree for about, I don't know, since this has been going on, I haven't been able to get tomato puree, so I got 2 of those. Really good for thickening things like bolognese, chilli. 2 chilli mixes. This is all they had of their mixes, other than the they had like gravy mix and something else, a Schwartz one, something obscure. I can't think. It was like a red currant jelly or gravy or jus or something you didn't want. So I got 2 of those. 3 onions for soups and stews. I got some stock cubes because they're much cheaper than stock pots. I really like the stock pots, but I thought I'll get the cubes because you get 12 and they work out so much better value, and we're trying to keep our price down a little bit. I got some peeled plum tomatoes, 2 tins of those, 2 tins of corned beef. I can easily make corned beef spaghetti or corned beef hash with that. You can even make, I mean, I do my corned beef hash with beans and mash. I know some people do it with like gravy and carrots and onions and things. So basically use the corned beef as you would like in a beef stew, and it comes out really nice. Some people fry it up in like a hash kind of thing, and obviously you can slice it as well. I got some muesli. They were quite low on cereal, so I got muesli and some honey nut or crunchy nut cornflakes. Orange squash, double strength, pack of sausage rolls. I had Oscar with me, so you know. I got 1 clover because we are running out. I got some sweets just to keep kids entertained, and for me because sugar is going to keep me going. I got some sour Skittles, some Haribo, and then some chocolate just to have in. If anyone's worried, I think we all are, aren't we, that it's Mother's Day on Sunday, then Lidl do Mother's Day cards. So if you don't want to be going into town to pick up a card, if you can get to a Lidl, then have a look down their sort of middle aisles, which were really quiet because no one's buying random stuff like storage tubs and, I don't know, mugs, are they really at the moment? But they do Mother's Day cards, so I've put them that way obviously because my mum doesn't really need to see it before Sunday. But sorry mum, I got your card in Lidl's. Fairy Non-Bio, they weren't too bad on their washing liquid. They had quite a bit in, so that was good. So I got 1 of those. This is really good, this all-purpose seasoning. It's like, what's it called? Aromat. Don't know if anyone uses Aromat. It's really good, sprinkled over chips, on chicken. You can put it in soups and stews. Well, I suppose literally it is an all-purpose seasoning, but it is really nice if you shake this over your chips before you put them in the oven, or potatoes, really good. And then I also got some crisps because Oscar liked to remind me we didn't have any, so these are 65p, are they? Or 85? They're really cheap. I think they might even be 65. And some Monster Claws. And then I will show you, I also got some bits for my mum and some bits for my neighbour. So while I was in the shop, I rang my mum and asked if they needed anything. They wanted eggs and they wanted, what else? Something else I couldn't get. Oh, dried milk. But basically I picked them up, these bits. So we've got some filtered milk. This is the Fresh for 7 days, and my mum loves wine gums, so I got some wine gums. They need some freezer bags. I picked up some chocolate because I can't leave my dad out. Got some digestives. They wanted rich tea but they didn't have any. A loaf of bread, and then my mum doesn't eat any meat, so I just picked up 1 each of the Quorn products. So they've got mince, chicken pieces, and then the crispy nuggets. And then the day before yesterday, I think it was, I put a note through my neighbour's door and put my phone number on it because they're elderly and their daughter's actually isolating, so they can't go out now. And they said they were absolutely fine, thank you so much. They rang me up, she was so sweet. She said she didn't need anything and they're okay for the moment. You know, typical like elderly, we don't want to bother you, we don't want to be a pain. So I just thought I'm going to put some milk, a packet of biscuits and a loaf of bread in a bag and just tie it up, leave it on the doorstep, and then just knock on the door, or like leave a note obviously, and then knock on the door so she doesn't have to worry about seeing me, but just in case, because at least then I know they've got some bread and milk if they've got nothing else. So at least then they'll know that they can sit and have a cup of tea. Hopefully they've got tea bags and things, but if not, then I'll leave a note and tell her to let me know because we've got tons. So yeah, and that's what I got for my parents. So rather than do a meal plan, because I'm not sure what days I'm going to want to do what, I've written down what I've bought and tried to think of a few meals and ways I can stretch it. So for example, with the gammon, I'm going to make a carbonara using a tin of chicken, condensed chicken soup, which I've got in the cupboard, and then I can have that with some like peas and boil some pasta. I can make an egg fried rice, or if I run out of, Hobbs is running around like a loony. If I run out of egg, I can just make a fried rice and just put in some sweet corn and mushrooms and then put the shredded gammon in that. I can make some wrap pizzas, so a base of tomato puree and then put some gammon on and top with a little bit of grated cheese and some like tomatoes and things. And then we could have it with mash, veg, whatever veg I can find in the freezer, and some gravy. And then that one Gammon Joint will do the 5 of us 4 different dinners. With a whole chicken, I'm going to make my easy curry and rice, again with the condensed soup and curry powder. That's all you need for that, and I've got rice. I make a massive chicken and veg stew with potatoes, carrots, onions, broccoli, and obviously chicken stock. And then some like club sandwiches, so because we've got quite a bit of bread, so we can make like chicken and lettuce, and maybe put some of the gammon in that as well if we've got any left over. With the chicken thighs, I'm going to make a big tray bake, and I'm going to put tomatoes, onions, and I'm pretty sure I've got some courgettes, or a courgette looking a bit dodgy in the bottom of the fridge. Chicken salad, I just marinate the chicken in whatever seasonings I've got. And I've got like the packet pastas, you know, the pasta and sauce. I could turn that into a pasta bake and just add some shredded chicken to that as well. And then with the mince, I thought I'll make a big chilli and a big spaghetti. I can freeze like the leftovers of it, and I'm going to bulk those out with as many sort of beans, kidney beans, lentils, anything like that I've got in the cupboard, just to make it stretch that bit further. And then I just went through what I've actually already got. I've got some couscous, I've got some packet pastas, some rice, I've got some chicken soup, tin tomato stock cubes, tomato puree, spices and curry powder, which can really transform anything. I've got my jerk chicken wrap kit left over and some wraps in my freezer. And then in the cupboard I've got potatoes, carrots, onions, I'm pretty sure there's a courgette, and I've definitely got frozen broccoli, sweet corn and peas. So I just thought, rather than doing a meal plan, I will just keep an eye on this and make sure that I use each meat as much as I possibly can and stretch it as far as I can, so that A, I don't have to spend more money than we need to, because everyone's going to be trying to save as much on shopping as they can, and B, because I don't want to have to go and buy more ingredients. If I can stretch stuff, then there's no point taking the stock away from other people who might not have it just because I've put more meat in a dish. So if I can stretch it, then someone else can have what's in the supermarket. So, and the boys are just going to have to learn to like couscous and stuff, because we've got a motto in this house. Actually, Oscar kept saying it around the supermarket: you get what you get and you don't get upset. And that's basically going to be what dinners are going to be like. I will try and put as much veg and things in as I can, but it isn't the end of the world if you can't like pack each plate or each meal full of vegetables. I'm going to leave this video there for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you're all well and safe as you can be, and I hope that you are managing to get some supplies, and I will film the meals that I make and how I stretch things as well. But have a dig around in your cupboards, because there's always something. And if you want to message me, like, I'm not Delia Smith or whoever. Delia Smith. That's so old. You know, I'm not Jamie Oliver, but if you want to message me, someone did message on Instagram saying what store cupboard essentials should they buy. So yeah, if you want to send me a message or leave a comment saying I've got this, this and this, any ideas, then perhaps we can all think of something that you can make out your leftovers. We could come up with our own YouTube pandemic cookbook, couldn't we? With everything that we've managed to make out of nothing really. So I realised I was very lucky today to be able to get there early and get the food that I needed. It is very humbling, I must say. It's really made me think that, or appreciate the fact that I can just meal plan and think, oh, I fancy this, and then just go and buy it. And it's really hitting home how some people must live. And it's very humbling to have to shop in a way, and to have to worry so much about ingredients and whether you can afford to make a certain meal. Yeah, it's just not something that I'm very fortunate that I just go and do my weekly shop without giving it too much thought, and I budget because I want to, not because it's a complete necessity. So yeah, very humbling, and I do hope that everyone has managed to get their essentials at least. And a couple of weeks of toast for dinner is not the end of the world if you can't get meats and veg and stuff, then as long as you're eating something, then it's all good. So I will be back very soon with another video. I'm probably going to put out so much content over the next few weeks that you'll be absolutely sick of me, but why not? Kids are off now, so maybe I'll even rope them in to help. They're definitely not sitting on their PlayStations for the next foreseeable future, I'll tell you that. I'm going to be sorting out some sort of work schedule, like homeschooling day, and I'm going to get some resources and get online and research it all, and yeah, they can think again if they think they're sitting in their bedroom for all this time. So yeah, I hope that everyone is okay, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another video.
This is what we waited for.